comp well, but it doesn't matter how well you can play. You're still getting countered by the enemy comp. You have to be able to play more than one style.
Well, let's see if they can do that in their second match here against RNG. They have to try and claw it back in this game. If not, they will be locked in as the third place team heading into the LPL playoffs. As RNG are going to fly through with their final bans here in the second match. It will be Rek'Sai, Twisted Fate, as well as Malzahar being banned out. Whereas Aimei, they've taken away Karma, and Syndra being banned out towards Xiaohu, and now Vladimir is the final ban.
Most key point is they are leaving up the Braum, leaving it open to themselves. They might even look to pick it up. If they don't, maybe even the Tahm Kench. But I do like the Hecarim pick. Sure, you don't have the Malzahar, but having Hecarim, having that, perhaps like the Shen as well, you can do a lot with that.
Yep, it's locked in immediately for RNG, and they're one of the few teams in the LPL that flex this Hecarim pick. So we have seen Lupa play it, we have seen MLXG play it most, though. We'll have to see where they decide to take it to on Summoner's Rift now that they're on the blue side.
Sure, you have to respect the flex, but at the same time, top laner really doesn't want to play Hecarim top. You really don't. Sure, maybe...
Have you met Lupa?
No, he won't want. He does not want. No one wants to play Hecarim top unless given the opportune matchup. But then if you see the Hecarim, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to pick a weak enough matchup that I'll lose to a Hecarim top. So,
but I may take away a few key components of this Hecarim team comp, which first up will be the Shen. Malzahar was banned out away as well. Normally what is used in tandem with the Hecarim pick, and they will actually lock in Tahm Kench, and with Shen being picked already, that should be another Tahm Kench support.
All right, we are already seeing large alarm bells coming from Aimei's comp. Sure, you take away Tahm Kench from Mata, you take away Shen from Hecarim, you are already giving yourself such a massive amount of shield, and on top of that, just protection. This is a key protection comp we are already seeing. This could be a good thing, but it's a bad thing mostly because now RNG are going into the next set of picks here knowing exactly what they're going up against.
Well, I tell you what, Rads, last game they have absolutely no protection for Jin Zhao, so right off the bat they're like, alright, we need to protect our AD carry somehow. Let's lock in Tahm Kench and Shen, make sure he never ever dies again.
I mean, if you're looking to play a protection comp with Ashe, you're going to lose a game. I
tell you what, you gave a gold star to Imp already tonight. I'm going to give a gold star to everyone RNG if they can just kill Jin Zhao somehow, because they've already got so much protection to stop just that. But they will lock in Jin and Talia as the next two picks.
I just think that I'm looking towards Sivir perhaps, but I think Kog'Maw would be amazing if you have this much protection. But yeah, the Talia is a great one. I've not seen much on much Talia from Xiaohu. I'm trying to scrap my memory for it.
Played one game on the champion.
Alright, so, but yeah, Talia is a great blind pick. You can really pick it into anything. Does have a lot of pick potential, but mostly shove in her lane, which is what Xiaohu wants to do to give a lot of space for his Hecarim friend.
We'll have to see what Aimei are going to pick as their next two picks in response. Already a lot of mobility coming out from RNG, as well as a lot of long range coming out from the Jin, so able to fight you from a few screens away. They did pick up Gangplank in the last game. They could very well do so with their final pick rotation, but Aimei still yet to lock in the next two picks. They do take the Gragas, something that MLXG played last game, and it is going to be that Kog'Maw that you predicted, Raz.
Yeah, it had to be the Kog'Maw, because if you picked anything else, perhaps Sivir would be just justifiable, but Kog'Maw was going to be it. As I said, if you're picking Shen and Tahm Kench, you are telling the enemy team, yelling it from across the room, we want to play a hyper carry. So Kog'Maw is going to be locked in, fairly obvious in that sense. The real issue is that now RNG is showcasing a pretty decent kiteback composition. So if they have a lot of long range, a lot of kiteback, how are you going to get towards your endgame goal? How are you going to get that team fight?
Well, I may already have another pick that is crucial in protecting the Kog'Maw, which is the Gragas. Lots of displacement, crowd control, and ability to peel for that hyper carry. RNG still need to lock in their next two champions. We'll have to see what they decide to pick up. Mata's going to be playing his Braum. I've heard a thing or two from a few players about that pick and Winter's Bite in particular, but still going to be playing it here today. And Uzi will lock in Rumble as the top lane pick for Lupa.
Alright, so I like to think of this as more of a Hail Mary comp coming from Aimei, because there's not a lot of lane strength coming from them. Rumble will shove in Shen. It'll happen. It'll have a really hard time. And then in the bottom lane, Jin Braum will completely, I don't want to say dumpster, but you're going to have a bad time as a Kog'Maw Tahm Kench, right? So all of these lanes will get shoved in, and you are going up against a blind pick Talia. So you are 100% going to get shoved in there. So I may really need RNG to mess up for them to get what the end game goal is for them, is that position on these objectives.
It seems like Road really can't make up its mind what the final pick here is going to be for Aimee. Take your time scrolling through absolutely everything, and it seems like they're actually mixing a jungler at the moment. Oh no, mid laners, they do have that Gragas, and Varus will be the lock-in for that mid lane pick. Even more ways to stop people from getting close to this Kog'Maw.
Sure, but this is really good because the question was, what is he going to pick to get past the Talia? Because Talia's going to shove in, right? Talia's always going to have the shove in potential to out-rotate.
Yep.
And Talia does have the ability to out-skirmish most champions, but Varus, nice long range, will be able to poke out the fairly squishy team composition coming out of RNG. Problem is Mata is on Braum, so he can deal with that.
Varus has traditionally always done well against control mages in the mid lane, especially mages that push out very well.
Yeah.
And that has been ever since we've seen Varus in the mid lane instead of as an AD carry. So that's locked in for Athena here today. He has yet to play Varus actually in the Summer Split of the LPL. We see people like Wailers pick it up quite frequently. So we'll have to see how he uses this one against Xiaohu's Talia.
Exactly. So the question is, how is Aimee going to find their footing in this game? They do want a hold on these objectives, but will they be able to get it? That's the real question.
Yep, that question will be answered as we head into Summoner's Rift for game number 2 between Aimee and RNG.
We come and we go and we go.
That's absolutely right, Uzi. All of us, we come and we go, but we have come onto Summoner's Rift for that second match between RNG and Aimee. RNG were able to pick up game number 1 in very decisive fashion. Aimee did fight back valiantly, but it just wasn't enough as a late game RNG came online. And Raz, this is a little bit different from Aimee. What they've drafted here is not quite what we expect them to be picking up. But before that, Road actually has to flash immediately here. Gonna get flashed on forward by Mata, trying to get Winter's Bite and the concussive blows on towards Jin Zhao. One more will lock down the Kog'Maw, who gets eaten up by Road. And already, Summoner spells blown by both supports.
Yeah, but more importantly,
Athena also have to use his Ghost. Everything is happening around the blue buff. And, you know, right as we want to really talk about Aimee's team comp, RNG is like, no, you can't talk about them. You have to talk about RNG. We're being aggressive.
On top of that, it feels like they have to go back into another lane swap, in my opinion, because, once again, Tom Kench, you're already having a bad laning phase on that one, and you do want to look to extend the game based off just putting yourselves in these standard lanes, sure. But Tom Kench came in with W, right? You already had a bad time in terms of skirmishing. Now you're going to have a worse time in skirmishing in your level 1s. Oh, God. And
but lane swap has been matched, and they find Road. He has no more flash. Jin Zhao tries to kite. There is an exhaust available for the Tom Kench. No great help for this guy. Heal has been used by Jin Zhao. They're still chasing. Mata will have another Winter's Bite that lands on towards the Kog'Maw, who does eventually get eaten up, but already a great start for RNG, and they're just not stopping. They've wrapped around. Road's in trouble.
Yeah,
he's going to have to use the exhaust this time round. Mata will get concussive blows. They lock down Jin Zhao. He's going to get taken down really low. The crit shot comes out. First blood will be taken down by Uzi here. Road's the next target. Uzi has to reload, but it doesn't matter. He gets a double kill just at 2 minutes into this game.
My God, RNG outplayed them at every point in this game. It feels like every single time this bottom lane wants to escape from this Braum, he comes back with more terror. They come back top lane. He's like, I'm here just the same. It's ridiculous.
And this is a ridiculous start for RNG as well. They tried, Aimee tried to lane swap out of this situation. RNG just blind swap into it. They catch them moving into the jungle as well. And what a disaster of a start for this Kog'Maw. A hyper carry with 1 CS, and he's going up against 2 long swords that are being picked up by Uzi. That is going to hurt so much.
I just can't stop looking at the double. It's not even just the double long swords. It's the fact that, yeah, sure, he has double long swords. Braum has boots on top of that, can always look to chase. And a pink ward on top of that. Not only they're safe, but they're safe. And they're going to have to, I guess avoid this is going to help out.
Well, they ping him out and they put a smart ward down to spot out the Gragas. He's not going to be able to help them as much as they kind of require at the moment, right?
Exactly. Well, they have the ward, sure, but they also have the pink wards. They have a lot of pinks.
Uzi taking a little bit of harass there, coming out from the Tahm Kench's ball. As the Kog'Maw, Xiaohu was actually the one making his way up towards the top side of the map. As MLXG is waiting in the wings, trying to see if he can get on towards the mid lane, but instead goes to try and farm a couple of camps away from a Voidless.
They were let back into the lane. So, just let's talk about the iMate comp, because yeah, sure they haven't. Oh no,
we can't do it, Raz, because they're going to fight again. Road's going to get hit by the concussive blows and lock down Jin Zhao. Actually, the next target, there's a teleport into the top lane coming out from Amazing J as well as Looper. But Road's so low, the Kongmaster flash away from the Winter's Bite. Road's going to get taken down. Here's Looper. He's lighting everyone on fire. Uzi's trying to run away. Has his flash, gets into the brush. Amazing J gets hit by the concussive blows. Gragas will pick up a return kill. Looper has to try and run away though. Amazing J is so low. He's on fire again. The Shin gets taken down mid-dash. Everyone's just fighting here, Raz, and they're not going to stop as RNG get the better of that trade.
It's a show that'll never end. I guess it did just now, but a lot of kills came down to it, and RNG were just trying to protect their investment because at this point in time, they have so many kills on Uzi. Now he's 3 kills ahead in this matchup with a serrated Dirk. And so they did not want this lead falling away from them. They commit all in, so Kog'Maw doesn't have a comeback into this lane. And it works out for them.
And they immediately pull him down towards the bottom side of the map. They shift him away from this top lane to farm up as much as possible. RNG are on fire to start this game off, Raz.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if they wanted to look to swap. I think they should just keep ramming heads against this Kog'Maw. There's no way they lose out in doing that. So it looks like they get into a swap switch situation. Not too much of a fan. The one thing they can do, of course, is speed up the process of this game. So that's a good thing that they can look to do. Both champions, Jin and Rumble, do want to shove and just rotate. So if they do lose these towers on a swap, it's good for them.
Well, you do see Jin Zhao actually had to head back to base. He's only going to go back now, still sitting on that Doran's Blade, whereas Uzi's been down here for some time, so tempo advantage you can see for RNG at the moment. Finally, Jin Zhao's gone back to base, does have the recurve bow for himself, and he's immediately sent down to deal with Jin. So, in fact, the play actually gets an advantage on both sides of the map for RNG.
It's a lose-lose situation for IMA at this point.
Yep.
They can't be in a swapped position because they'll lose these towers. They want to protect the towers, but they have no right and ability to do so because if they do match, Xiaohu right now is just able to go from... Wait, where's it going?
He's using his ultimate to go somewhere, and that's on top of a Voidless. Uses the pebbles into the Gragas to pick up another kill for RNG.
As I was about to say, he could go anywhere he wants.
But hang on, Raz, they're fighting bottom as well. There's an exhaust on towards Uzi here. He has to try and kite back. The rest of his team's trying to get to him. Stand behind Braum, says Mata, but it's not going to be enough. Concussive blows will be able to lock down Jin Zhao. MLXG's here, will knock him back. The Abyss Puppy will get taken down. He's trying to explode on top of the support. It's not going to be enough to take down Mata, who flashes away from the Kog'Maw to get to safety. They do trade 1-for-1 in the bottom lane.
See, now, IMA is starting to trade when they should not be able to do so. There's no reason for them. Or Uzi was just far too forward when he just did not have Braum. You have to wait for your support. That's the constant solo queue's issue of this saying, you know what? I want to roam as a support, but not if you're going to keep walking and just killing yourself while doing so. It's a bit upsetting.
Well, you know what, Raz? It's not just affecting the bottom lane at the moment that's going in favor of RNG. Mid lane's fairly even. Talia has got a pick there, but you look at the top side of the map, Looper is 50 CS to 30 of Amazing J at the moment, so that has affected him in terms of CS. Even the jungle, MLXG has been able to do such a good job of counter-jungling, while Voidless has been moved around the map trying to gank for his team. So all in all, this has given RNG a 2,000 goal lead over Aimee. That's a disaster of a start.
I mean, it's already a bad matchup. Rumble shoves Shen in, and not only that, the dodge zone that Shen has does not matter.
Yep.
You cannot dodge flame.
You can't dodge fire, Raz.
You can't do it.
It's the #1 rule of firefighting school. You cannot dodge the fire. You have to put it out. They've been trying. I can tell you they've been trying. It's just not working. RNG are not going to stop.
Have you gone to firefighter school?
No, I have not. I assume that I am a fish. I'm immune to fire. I don't need to go there.
How are fish immune to fire?
We're underwater most of the time.
Most of the time?
Yes, most of the time.
What about the other times?
Those are the stupid fish that get caught. You know, good fish don't get caught, Raz.
That's straight up prejudice. All right.
Meanwhile, we can already see RNG. They're already very far ahead. They're looking just to increase that lead. Mid lane, Athena's gone picked up with the blue buff for himself. That will help him out with a bit of wave clear. Bottom lane, Uzi is just laying down the pain on towards Kog'Maw at the moment.
I mean, this is the problem with this comp. Sure, you want to be in these standard lanes to elongate the game, but you're in bad matchups. But, like, I guess it's the players saying, we'll be in these bad matchups, fine, well, we can take it.
It's kind of what we wanted to talk about going into this game, Raz. The fact that Aimee are playing a team comp that we don't usually see Aimee pick up all that often. I mean, they've played Kog'Maw once or twice, but this is a whole different ballgame that they're approaching with RNG at the moment.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we've been trying to say. There's too many fights happening.
Yep, I know, this entire day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Someone get Atlas down here now. We need another playcaster in the room.
We can switch roles. I'm fine with that.
You go ahead.
No, not happening. So, but yeah, the compositions do mean a lot. I know Jin Zhao does love the Kog'Maw, and they love playing around that Kog'Maw pick, but the outright full protection comp that we're seeing from them, definitely not something we can see here.
Well, they're using a curtain call to try and start a fight in the bottom lane. Road has to use his grey health to stay alive as he takes 3 bullets from the curtain call, knocks them away from the tower. We saw him actually was threatening to dive earlier, but did back away. So it seems like RNG very content with just pushing out this bottom lane.
Look, something that I may really need to watch out about is that Xiaohu, sure, he's paying attention to his lane. He's shoving in constantly, wanting to get that Morellos. That's just fine, right? But you have to respect his shove. That's happening constantly within that lane. So Kog'Maw and Tahm Kench have no right to be in this lane constantly under tower, because at any moment, Hecarim and Taliyah have the right to just dive whenever they feel like it.
Here comes Kog'Maw as well as the Tahm Kench, though, trying to collapse on towards the bottom lane. Wasn't even a Kog'Maw, it was just the Gragas.
Oh, yeah.
But a good ultimate from Mata separates them and stops them from advancing any further.
Yeah, Kog'Maw was in there, but at the same time, I'm just telling you, if they look for that 2v2, if it was Kog'Maw inside that stomach, I think RNG would be a lot more happier about that. They would take that fight, 100%.
Well, Looper is asserting his dominance on the top side of the map. This top lane turret is going to fall down sooner or later as soon as the minions just keep batting away at this one. Looper constantly dodging in and out of the range of the turret, trying to make sure Amazing J is always on fire and always hit by these harpoons.
I mean, I would think Amazing J would want this tower to fall down at this point, because it's one of those moments where you're just a top laner. Yep. You're getting completely zoned in the waves because you're just trying to protect the tower, but once the tower goes down, suddenly you can actually farm.
And he's 30 CS behind. He really needs that farm at the moment. It's echoed in the bottom lane as well, where it's a 25 CS lead for Uzi, and that's where the focus of RNG is going. They cut off the Kog'Maw. He will get the stand united and eaten up by Road. So Amazing J's down here, but I don't think he quite wants to be here, Raz, because Jin Zhao's going to get jumped on by LMLXG. Voidless is coming down as well to try and save him. He will finally take down the Hecarim. Athena's rotated down as well. They're fighting between the turrets and taking a lot of damage from it as well. Looper's going to try and fight his way out, trying to keep everyone afire. Does lock them down with the concussive blows, but now Uzi's in trouble. It looked great for RNG, but only Xiaohu comes out of that fight alive.
Oh my god, that was really risky. RNG put it all on the line there to get that dive going for them. But of course, that was excellently played by Road, because in the end of the day, Jin Zhao was completely cut off from the rest of his friends. Road had to flash over to protect him, to just stay under that tower a little longer. So they played around that tower for so long that the rest of his team was able to come in and help.
And there's no teleport, no global ability coming out from Athena, but did use the Ghost rather effectively to get to that bottom lane and make sure he was there to assist his team during that skirmish. But still, a big dive comes out from RNG. Doesn't go in their favor, but they still hold the goal lead. It's 8-7 in terms of kills. Now, LMXG actually, a little bit of trouble here. Kurtikol will come out and stop them from this one. The arrow coming out from Athena wasn't enough. The seismic shove knocks the Gragas back into the final shot. Athena hurts. He's 3-0-1. Has the Manamune as well as the Hex Drinker, but it's not enough to take down MLXG.
The pick potential on Natalia is so real. Any flick that comes through, you have to believe that you're just getting chunked out by at least 50% of your HP.
Mata and Uzi still trying to fight Jinjiao and Road wherever they can. Winter's Bite connecting here from Mata, making sure he slows down Road and threatens the concussive blows. No members of either team are on the bottom side of the map. Standing United is down for Amazing J, but he still has his teleport. Looper did use his earlier, so global pressure coming out for Aime at the moment. That's a flash forward from Athena, very aggressive. Is able to get the solo kill onto Xiaohu in the mid lane. He's now 4-1.
This is starting to get really scary for RNG. They needed to be able to just steamroll it from the early advantage, but Aime's holding in tight, and Athena is there to bring it home. It feels like Aime, the game is getting a little longer.
And suddenly it doesn't feel like this is a protect the Kog'Maw. It feels like protect the Varus at the moment. He's the biggest member of this team. Voiles is making a trip towards this bottom lane. There's a teleport coming out from Amazing J like we talked about earlier. Mata puts up the shield, gets people to stand behind Brom, but he'll be knocked in towards Road, who does get taken down. Uzi will be taunted by Amazing J somewhere across on the map. Hecarim's been able to take down Athena as well. He's now collapsing on towards Amazing J. RNG turning this one around. Amazing J will get locked down by the Deadly Flourish, and they get another kill. Curtis calls up, misses the first, doesn't connect the second. Voiles will block the third and fourth and will get Jinjiao out of there safely.
Woo! This has been a game. This is something. This is pretty hilarious that Aime were the team that looked for the dive on RNG and it got turned on them.
Now they're 3,500 gold behind. Right as they stop the bleeding, they just reopen the wounds once again. Uzi is toying with danger here. Voiles is waiting in the wings. There's the Tahm Kench ultimate to get him closer. And Voiles looking for the slow. There's an exhaust coming down as well on towards Uzi. And the ultimate from Jinjiao will be able to take him down.
Yeah, the crit damage on the ulti is not done yet.
Oh, Rumble's looking for mid lane. There goes the Stand United trying to keep Athena alive. He's been exhausted. Shen will get down here with the dodge field as Xiaohu blocks out their escape path, but will get locked down by the chains coming out from Athena. It doesn't matter because Lupa is just lighting on everyone on fire. But the ice coming out from Mata gets the kill. Xiaohu's just stuck now. His ultimate might have actually kept him inside of the side of Aime's base, and everyone just collapses on towards the mid laner, and it will be a 2-for-1 trade extended after Uzi died in the bottom lane as well.
Pick for pick, answer for answer. The moment Avoidless shows himself in the bottom lane, there's a play happening in the mid lane. Avoidless comes to the mid lane. Now there's a play happening in the mid lane just to answer that. It just goes round the world, and we're back again. This game is never ending, it seems. This is working really well for Aime.
Oh, Jinjiao though walks straight into Amazing. I mean, MLXG. The Hecarim just uses everything, swings his scythe around once or twice, and it's enough to take down the Kog'Maw. The explosion is not even going to connect to add insult to injury. They're just picking on Jinjiao at the moment.
They kind of have to. This comp's about him. I know that Athena has been playing really well, but at the end of the day, you can kill Athena. All right, you can kill him. He's pretty easy to kill.
And you can kill the turret as well. Apparently, as RNG pushed through on the bottom lane, taking down the bottom lane out of turret. They now have 2 turrets to none and are 5,000 gold ahead of Aime.
You just don't want to be in the position where Jinjiao, sure, right now he has the Wit's End. Once he gets the rest of his items, he's going to be a force. The Runan's Hurricane coming out, sure, that's going to be pretty unfortunate to deal with, but right now it seems like RNG is taking control of this game.
And you know what? They top it all off with a Cloud Dragon, but we've got a Curtical coming out from Uzi. Not sure who this one is hitting, but it's going to be Athena gets taken out first by Xiaohu. Voiles tries to knock Lupa back into the team. Not sure if that's the target you want to go, but he takes up the turret for way too long. And it is the Rumble that gets taken down.
There we go. So He gets popped up in the air, of course. He probably didn't even realize
But they're not stopping yet, Raz. Hang on. They're still going to kill people. Road is going to be eating up the Gragas, trying to keep him alive. Suddenly, the Kog'Maw is trying to join in the fight as well. Jin Zhao is hunting for blood. He flashes over. He's going aggressive. He gets one. He's looking for Mata for the second. But it will be amazing. Jen takes it down. MLXG's gone aggressive. How is this Kog'Maw still alive? Uzi is trying to chase him down. MLXG's gone in. He's got the kill. They finally get him down. The explosion of a Kog'Maw won't take down MXG, and the Foiler stops chasing. As Uzi, he's out for blood. He's plopped his Youmuu's Ghost by looking for more. They just won't stop fighting today, Raz.
What's happening? Somewhere, somebody decided that there was just going to be action at all points of the game. What happened?
I don't know. What I do know is when I came onto desk on yesterday, day 2 of week 10, and Frostgrin told me that, the matches today do not affect the standings at all. So expect to be some bloody games. She was not lying because there's been blood all over Summoner's Rift today and yesterday.
I thought she would be lying. I thought that teams would take this seriously.
And they're not done yet. Look at this. Voilus also getting caught out by Lupa. Rumble was waiting in the wings, looking for the assassination. RNG are still on fire. The score looks close. It's 18-14, but it's a 6,000 gold lead for RNG.
That's the problem, though. They had the control from the very beginning of this game. You don't want to be trading kills against this team composition. You don't want Kog'Maw getting random assists and random kills wherever he goes. So, yeah, now we're in a position where Kog'Maw is... wait, he's looking.
They're looking for a fight again, Raz. They're going for Road. They've cut him off with the Talia ultimate. One more shot will trigger concussive blows. But suddenly we're looking at MXG because he's going to kill someone as well, apparently, on this side of the map. Uzi will get the kill on towards Road. MXG was flanking on the blue side of the jungle, does not connect with anyone there. And I may lose their support once again.
Yeah, it's fairly hard. It's a hard life for Road. If you're Tom Kench, stuck in the middle of nowhere, just looking for someone to help you on your path, you realize, actually, that's just everyone on the enemy team. Not where you want to be.
Oh, here comes MLXG. He wants to go for Jin Zhao, taking him down really low. There's the ultimate coming down as well as the ultimate coming out from Jin. They stop the stand united. Kog'Maw will explode. MLXG, that's a turret, my friend. You walk into those, you kind of die like you just did there. But RNG will be able to get some good damage on towards the bottom lane in a turret.
He must have been surprised at the fact that that tower was still up with how this game was going.
Amazing J is still split pushing on the top side of the map. Did not channel his stand united completely after Jin Zhao got taken down. Still has teleport as there's an ultimate coming out from both Rumble and Braum. Athena has to be eaten up by Road to be kept alive. The bottom lane in the turret will get taken down, and RNG settle with taking away Aime's blue buff.
I mean, I'm surprised they're settling with just the blue buff and not the rest of the base, because regardless, probably they won't be able to get it. But they've just been looking for everything they can get.
They're not
looking for every
stopping.
kill. They won't stop.
They are not stopping, Rose. I mean, every time we turn a corner, someone somewhere on Summoner's Rift is fighting, and they're going for it again. Top lane, Lupa has a flank onto Amazing J. MLXG is charging his way up here. There's the dodge field. It's not going to matter too much because here comes a Rumble. He wants to set you on fire, but there's the teleport. Amazing J, he should be able to get out of this one and will get to the safety of his turret.
Soaz is probably proud of that one, realizing that, hey, you know what? That's a good one. That's a good TP. Of course, the only way they can take him off of it. Oh, wait a minute.
They're not done yet, Raz. They're looking for more. Jin Zhao's been cut off by the ultimate coming out from Talia. He's going to get charged on Road. Tries to eat him to keep him alive. All he can do now is put on his best expectative expression and stand and deliver, but it's a double kill that comes out for Uzi. He will get hit by the passive coming out from Kog'Maw. It's not enough to take him down, and it's 2 more big picks for RNG.
Oh, I remember in the good old days where dealing with a Kog'Maw would just come through Jarvan ulti, but that is just not fair.
MLXG is still looking for more. Just dives in between 2 turrets. The Rumble ultimate as well as the curtain call has been popped. Amazing J has to flash away. The crit shot does a lot of damage, but it's not enough to take down the Shen. And RNG, they're still fighting, Raz. They're still going to go. I'm going to stop talking now, but I give you about 20 seconds before something else happens.
You need some rest. Just take some rest. Sit on the bench over there. I can take it from here up until the next team fight. Yeah, these fights are something. You would think that RNG would be taking these fights, taking these points to give them more vision on this Baron that's been sitting up there. It's 22-minute mark. They can go for it whenever they want, but they haven't. Mostly because it feels like their objective, their point is they're trying to get fights to get more fights. They're trying to get a kill to better the next fight. It's just, it feels like their mindset. It's a bit fun. It's a fun mindset. Not something that they're probably going to be proud of when they watch back at this.
Tell you what, though, Uzi, he's been a big benefactor of this.
Yeah, he is definitely 10 kills. Yeah.
Thank you, Road. But he is very ahead here. He's 10-4-5. Has that Yoma's Ghostblade, Duskblade, Drakthar looking for the Infinity Edge soon. And who better to give it to? Because he's been having a crack over lane against Jin Zhao. Jin Zhao still sitting on the two items that Kog'Maw picks up first, Wit's End and the Hurricane. RNG just looking strong. Amazing J is going to get his back cancelled here. Now he's going to be able to look to try and fight this Shen.
Does he really have ulti again?
Knocks him backwards. Xiaohu's going to be coming into the fight. Seismic Shove comes out, and suddenly there's a road here, but you're trapped behind a wall, buddy. Has to flash away from Talia's ultimate. Protocol's going to get popped as well. Looking to try and take down Road. He's going to be the next target. Will get taken down by MLXG. Now Avoidless gets slowed down by Jin's ultimate, and 2 more picks come out for RNG.
Now, we talked about how Uzi has been doing really well, but Xiaohu, doesn't matter that he has just been accruing only assists, 3, 3, and 16, sure, but every single time his ulti is up, the Weaver's Wall, I guess it's called, he's been utilizing it very well.
When they're looking for this mid lane inner turret, Athena pops the Yoma's Ghostblade, looking to try and collapse him towards Mata. Takes a bit of damage coming out from the turret. Meanwhile, MLXG getting another Cloud Dragon for RNG. He's pretty low on health, but that will fall. We will get an Infernal Dragon that spawns next.
All right, now that's going to be a good enough reason for people to decide to fight around that objective. Good on them. But yeah, now we just... Oh, a red buff steal for Looper. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, Raz, it's 24 minutes into the game. RNG have 24 kills. I may have 15 kills. We've had over a kill a minute here in this match of the LPL. Still yet to see a big chaotic team fight. It's just been skirmishes across the map, picking people off in the side lanes.
I mean, it just feels like, sure, here's the thing. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of debate about cross-language teams, right? You have Korean players, you have Chinese players, but there's one universal word. Everybody knows this word. Sure, it's an English word, but if someone says go, you just go.
Tell you what, if someone pings on one of these teams, that's enough.
I've only seen pings forward, no pings, no back pings. No one's saying retreat. Get out of there.
I think the retreat pings at the moment is telling the other team to back off, or they're gonna die.
I mean, they won't see it, so that's not very effective.
Unfortunately, they don't see it. I mean, they've been giving them heads ups, apparently, because there have been a couple here and there, but they're just fighting them left, right, and center. MLXG is still looking to try and increase the lead that RNG have gathered for themselves. They are approaching 10,000 gold ahead of Aimee, but yet to break the base. So what he's doing now is just taking away every single jungle camp he possibly can.
Yeah, that's the way you play if you're RNG. You look to deny, you look to deny. That's why, even though they have, yeah, sure, they're 24 kills to 15 kills, but a lot of their gold leads generally just come from the fact that they deny a lot of camps, a lot of experiences. They force you to fight around every objective. If you choose to fight against your objectives, well, it's like, oh, you can do that. You'll miss a lot of waves, though.
As MLXG is going to get locked down by Athena's ultimate. Mata just gets him to stand behind Brom. He's now the target of a lot of this damage. Ultimate comes out from Gragas. Actually knocks Mata back to safety.
He flashed for it, though.
Will actually be using that summoner spell. There's the Weaver's Wall coming out. RNG look for the fight. Xiaohu's on the better end of the wall, but MLXG is caught out between the rest of the team. Stand United comes out. Uzi pops the Kog'Maw. Looper goes into stasis to stay alive. They're chasing down a Voidless on the left-hand side of your screen. Uzi flashes for it. Will get that last shot to get a double kill onto RNG's AD carry. And already 2 big picks for RNG. This time round, they have their eyes set towards a Baron.
Yeah, they had a target just drawn across Kog'Maw's back. They got him now. So, hey, if Aimee wants to contest this Baron, you don't have a real carry other than perhaps Athena.
Well, they're looking to try and contest just that. Seismic Shove is going to knock Amazing J back. He might go in to get the steal, but it's already smited away from MLXG. Mata's very low. Has to try and run away from the sniping potential that comes out from Athena. MLXG uses that and trying to recall to head back to base. So does the rest of RNG.
Yeah, but RNG finally gets that Baron. Finally. Now that they got a strong lead as is, they don't have to force any skirmishes. They'll find a reason to, but now that they finally got it, amazing damage coming out of Jin. But yeah, they can just pressure it from here on out. You don't have to take any more fights. Kog'Maw is far too behind in comparison to Jin. MLXG's looking for it though.
He wants this Grom camp, and he will charge on forward to get it. There's nothing much Jinja can do there. Believe it or not, Raz, the pace of this game has slowed down significantly. We are now no longer a kill a minute because it's been 4 minutes and there's only been 2 kills. So,
I mean,
you know, we can relax a bit now, apparently.
Has been a kill a minute, just not on RNG's side. RNG have not been getting a kill a minute. 26 kills to 28, but remember, I may now have 15, so it's a lot of kills.
It's definitely a lot of kills. I said I'd give a golden star to RNG every time they kill Kog'Maw, which has been 8 times now. Might as well just give one to everyone in this team because they've just been fighting non-stop. Well, looking to defend this turret. Still, MLXG still has a good flank, but the turret will finally fall with the Baron buff that RNG have been able to acquire. Looper is now on the top side of the map. Look at the split push there. MLXG still threatening to dive on towards this team. They have Talia split pushing on the bottom side of the map. Looper's been able to take down the top lane in a turret, and they're still pushing for this mid lane inhibitor turret. Yeah,
they don't have to press anything. You have your 1-3-1. You can get the next towers going for you, split them up. Once Talia is able to shove this in, then you can look to it.
Well, they've gone for the top lane. MLG gets a big chunk of damage on towards that inhibitor turret. It's down to less than a third or quarter of its health even. And they just move straight back towards the mid lane, trying to move Aimee across their base. Weaver's wall's been put down, just separates them from the turret. Beautiful ultimate means that they're just going to be able to try and poke this one down. Ultimate comes up for Rumble. The turret's still alive though. Marta's gone down. MLSG's low. That's the closest critical I've ever seen, but chips down so many members of Aimee. Stand United used defensively. Road has to eat up the jungler, but he dies inside of his tummy. And the inhibitor will fall down. RNG are now looking to push for the base.
Yeah, if you go for that protection comp, RNG will look to strike. Kog'Maw is still alive, but for how long?
Yep, MLSG still has his ultimate. He can turn around at any time he really wants to. Uzi is waiting in the wings of Fog of War. Gets a good crit on towards Road, but that's a very tanky Tahm Kench support. Aimee do, however, lose 2 inhibitor turrets as well as one of their inhibitors.
Yeah, so now they've lost that inhib. They now have to kite back. They don't have many structures to really defend. Look at, I'm sorry looking at, I feel like a Voidless. Every time you look at a Voidless, he's just never happy. Never pleased. There's a reason for it this time, though. Not doing so hot this game. Looking to get 2-0'd. Not a good feeling.
Certainly not, especially when this game means so much to Aimee. RNG, if they drop this game, they're still first place in their group. They still head in with the same seeding that they had before this match. Aimee, if they win, if they somehow pull back the series and get a 2-1 over RNG, they are the second place team in their group. And to be losing this match, the second match they're playing in such a fashion, it must be heartbreaking.
I mean, it is technically heartbreaking, but by the end of the day, they're going to sleep tonight knowing that they're still in the playoffs. That's still working out for them. Perhaps a lot of people are making claims that they shouldn't be in the playoffs, right? They're in the same group as LGD, a team that have been performing incredibly well, but boo-hoo. One team performed really well in the beginning of the split, in the middle of the split, and sure, they're coming out with a not-so-stellar performance now that they've lost games to Vici and WE. But they still got it at the end of the day.
But for now, they're still fighting for the life of this game as they put up their best defense possible. Inhibitor getting taken a very low. Road gets Seismic shoved back on towards that Inhibitor. Voiless now taking a lot of damage. The Inhibitor will finally fall thanks to the mini crit that comes out from Uzi. So 2 Inhibitor turrets down, only 1 left remaining for RNG.
Oh, you better believe they're going to go straight for it. No Baron up, so they're just going to try and get that lane shoving.
They've got a 16,000 gold lead, Raz. They're just going to brute force their way into this one. Aimee put up a good defense earlier. Wasn't enough for them to fight back. And this is the final stand for Aimee. Weaver's Wall and Kurtz's Claw coming out, but it's not going to connect just yet. Rumble's Equalizer will burn a few people. First, it will be Marta that falls down, though, but suddenly everyone RG is going to be melting down the members of Aimee. MLSG with a big flank. Athena falls. A Voiless is the last man standing. He runs towards his fountain, but Uzi's looking for it. He gets in towards the fountain to stay alive, but with that, RNG, they're able to take down 4 members of IMA and they're now pushing for the Nexus.
RNG will take this set.
They're going for it though. Watch this. Avoidless getting down so low. He charges forward. LPL sacrifices his life. And Rumble will fall as well, but still, they get the kill on towards the Gragas, and the ace comes out from RNG, as well as able to take down the Nexus in their final game in the regular season of the LPL Summer Split.
Oh, that's going to make them feel good, especially with how it ended. Such a fun game for them, honestly. They went up against the protection comp, and they burned that protection. So, you know what? They feel pretty happy, too. It's only a Voidless that's really not too pleased with the victory.
You can see a couple of smiles on Imay's face there. This is the team that came from the LSPL. They were previously EDG's sister team, EDE, rebranded into Imay once they joined the Summer Split of the LPL. They would definitely have to be happy with a 3rd place finish, heading into playoffs as well in their first ever split. Despite the performance tonight, they have done well so far.
Exactly, right? No one really had that expectation for Imay. They came in. People were kind of questioning them because they had essentially the same roster. And so they performed through and through. They had that one linear style. They built off of it. And they've gotten to a point where now they're in the playoffs.
RNG, on the flip side, when they went into cross-conference and then when they came out of cross-conference, they had only dropped 1 game up to them, which was against EDG, and it was a 3-game series where they took down 1 decisive match against EDG as well. Coming back into the group phases, they dropped to Team WE, they dropped to OMG, almost dropped to LGD as well. They've been really trying to bounce back, and they're looking good heading to playoffs once again.
Sure, they almost dropped to LGD, and on the standings, you're like, well, losing to a team that's in the promotion tournament does seem look bad, but they're a team that, honestly, LGD were looking incredibly well, and they just cleaned them up. It was a good performance from them.
And still, they're going to be heading into the playoffs as the #1 seed coming out of their groups. We'll have to track RNG's performances. They were the MSI representatives, and they have been very vocal throughout the year saying that they want to go to Worlds and they want to be the #1 team in China. They've also picked up Uzi, a superstar AD carry, replacing Ushen, who was a great AD carry himself. And since then, they really look like they've been meshing, just dropping the ball here and there, something that EDG have not done this split.
Yeah, so they're really going to be battling with EDG here for, first of all, yeah, sure, they want to go for the finals, right? They want to get into the playoffs. They want to get to the finals. They want to win the summer split. That's going to be their main goal. But at the same time, yeah, sure, exactly. They have Worlds coming forward, and getting the seed, the #1 seed, would be very
influential. For now, though, let's take a look at today's results. First up, it was Vici with a 2-0 victory over Team WE to keep Imay's 2nd place dreams alive. And unfortunately, that was not the case in our final game, as we saw LGD and OMG go on an absolute slaughter fest in a 2-0 decisive match for LGD.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a pretty quick day, it seemed, in terms of the sets coming through. Quick and fast is the name of the game here.
Fast is definitely the word I was looking for, Raz. And there was another bloody match here, which was between RNG and Imay, especially that last game. More kills than there were minutes in the match. And we can check in with the standings, especially here after the results for today, because now this group has been locked in with the results in Group B. It's going to be RNG now 13-3, top of the table. Team WE are 2nd, 10-6. Imay will be heading into the playoffs at the 3rd place, 9-7, whereas Vici will be 4th place, 9-7 as well.
Exactly, and so they do have the head-to-head. There's a lot of going for them, so that's the place that they're locked into.
And we get to take a look at tomorrow's matches as well. First up, it's going to be Saint taking on Game Talent. Snake will be taking on EDG. And finally, the final game we will have in the summer split of the LPL is the one that decides who is the last team heading into the playoffs and the last team to head into promotion relegation. It's Invictus Gaming taking on Newbie. That is going to be a great match, Raz, because this is all on the line for both these teams.
Exactly. Both teams right now, they have a lot to prove. Newbie specifically, they came in with just that one roster change and it really impacted them in a big way. So they're going to have to show that they're definitely playoff worthy.
They certainly will. I mean, they tried to take it to EDG yesterday, sorry. It didn't matter too much, but they're going to have another chance to prove themselves as we check in with the MVP for that last match. Uzi picks it up on his Jin.
Yep.
Who else better to give it to here? 16-4-8, 35% of his team's damage share. Had a great game on the Jin.
He did, and he was the resident sniper. Definitely, it started from the level 1. We're not going to see the level 1, obviously, but since that point forward, he just looked to skirmish any chance he was given.
Well, you know, I give a lot of flack to Mato as well on his Braum just because I'm poking fun at him after his recent performance and some critique that his fellow LPL players have given him. But he also had a great game on that Braum. He was crucial in setting up those level 1 fights for Uzi and was also very, very helpful in the team fights as well. Landed some great ultimates, got great concussive blows. The bottom lane duo of RNG looked great in general in that game.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever they got the lead, which they got the lead at the very beginning of the game, right? They looked to match, they got the match, and they just fought. They just played it down to mechanics because they knew they had the early lead and the advantage.
They certainly didn't. They looked great doing just that. On top of that, I think if you take any member of RNG, you know, just picked one person, like, yep, I'm giving this guy MVP, you could have done just that because they all played phenomenally in that game.
Yeah, they did. That's the team. There are 5 all-stars, and every single one of them deserves it.
Well, IMA tried to fight back, but unfortunately we're not able to secure their second playoff spot because RNG pick up the win. But that's all the games we have here for tonight. On behalf of myself, as well as Raz, Atlas, Frosker, and our entire production team and our entire casting team, thank you guys so much for watching, but we still have more LPL action for you tomorrow.